Hey everybody, I'm Val.
I'm Ty. It's
And
been
we're
a minute.
back. It's been a minute. We're multi-plane podcast and we are back. It's just been crazy. Like now that things are opening up and we're both working more than usual, like we have stuff to do. It's so different. It's so weird.
It's okay. It's summertime. We have, like you said, it's fun. We got stuff going on.
Yeah, we got stuff going on, but like more than last summer. You know what I mean? Like last summer,
Yeah,
we wanted
right.
to have stuff going on, but we didn't. And this summer, we actually do. So that's fun. But there's also a lot of movies and a lot of TV shows. This is the time of year where that happens, which we also kind of missed out on that last week. We are going to talk Loki today. Next week, we're going to talk Luca, and then I get to see Black Widow on Monday. So hopefully
Wait, you get to see it this Monday?
I get to see it on Monday.
I'm waiting for premiere night.
So we'll
Autumn
talk about it.
She has to see it, so I'm like,
Yes.
okay, I guess.
So as soon as you've seen it, then we'll do a Black Widow show. And I'm hoping, like I'm crossing my fingers, because right now I'm not digging Loki so much. I want to start off with this caveat. I do not hate Loki. Loki is one of my favorite characters. I love how he interacts with the story and the universe. Like I like how he fits, how he is connected to a lot of different things. But the show, and maybe it's because I haven't talked to you about it yet, because I remember with WandaVision, there were things that I was like, I'm just not getting into it yet. And then you would kind of throw some things at me. And then I'd be like, okay, like I'm liking it a little bit more. Again, I didn't dislike WandaVision, but I'm a surface nerd. I know there are other things at play here in Loki. I do like a lot of the Easter eggs that are being thrown in. So hopefully you can go over all the Easter eggs today. But we are on episode 3 of Loki. Ty, you've seen all 3 episodes?
I have seen all 3 episodes.
All right. Oh, Tracy.
What do we got? Tracy coming in?
We just started the show and you're already agreeing with Ty. We haven't even said anything yet. Is it like hate on Val Day?
For those of you guys who don't know this inside joke that me and Tracy are sharing, Valerie is, not as much of a fan of this series yet. And I commented quickly, you need to stop and spit out whatever Kool-Aid it is that you've been drinking, because obviously it's the wrong stuff. Because no, we're going to be getting some good stuff with this series. I'm very optimistic and I'm very excited, like I was with WandaVision. For those of you that know, I wasn't the biggest fan of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
And I really loved it. So we're kind of opposites here. So
it's not giving you this good stuff, though.
But for me, it gave me what I needed. For this, I guess the way that I have been given Loki, because remember, I haven't read any of the comics, okay? So coming from the MCU gave us Loki as this god of mischief, as this guy that comes in and he manipulates everything, and he's in and he does his mischief and then he's out and then he's over here doing a thing and then he's out. And so we don't really get to see a lot of what he's doing when he's not creating havoc, right? And so I think it's just taking us that are just used to that a little bit of time to see him not doing much. Do you understand? And in this, one, I think they do a really good job at making this show taste like cardboard, because it's all this really retro, like browns and yellow, like these colors, because they want to make you feel like it's retro. But at the same time, this place where Loki is super advanced. So it's kind of messing with your head. Like we're super advanced, but we have these huge computers that look like they're from the 80s. Everything's brown, like from the 70s. It's just, there's a lot going on. And I understand that the place where Loki is at is not necessarily what it seems either. So I'm kind of like waiting for whatever's coming. And I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of the new female.
Of Sylvie?
Yeah, not yet. I feel like her costume, and this was kind of what I had with WandaVision as well, and some of the things in Falcon Winter Soldier, and maybe it's just because The Mandalorian really set us up for these like high stakes. But I feel like her costume is kind of something you would find at a Halloween shop, and you paid a little bit more than like $29.99 for it,
See, and you
but
had
not
this
like 100. And I had that same
with
feeling with what?
Hagatha, but I loved Agatha Harkness. I loved her costume though. Like I know you
I'm
had
gonna
issues with it,
blame
but I loved it.
I'm gonna blame cosplayers
Okay.
because cosplayers take these images from the comic books of these characters and they create these
And
amazing
they can
costumes.
amplify it for
And
sure.
so I'm looking at those and then I'm thinking, why isn't Disney making this larger than life for me? I want these superheroes, these villains, these fantasy characters larger than life. And right now, it looks like I could create this myself.
Okay, just it's coming though.
Okay.
I know that some of these have let you down, like with Agatha Harkness, apparently Sylvie. Who disappointed you in Falcon and Winter Soldier? Which one was kind of the
So
letdown?
with Falcon Winter Soldier, it was, and this is just me, it's just a preference, and I know that his costume was the closest to the comic book, but Falcon's Captain America
Oh, I
costume
thought
that he
Sam's was
reveals at the end.
awesome.
I just thought for me when I first saw it, like the initial reveal, I thought it was really puffy and kind of like one of those suits that if you didn't have muscle, you would
It's
put a
fake.
costume on that
Yeah.
added. It was really thick and big, and it's not really what his old costume used to be, and it's not really what Captain America's costume. Captain America's costume is sleek and tight and fit, and so I didn't expect it. But now
And
I really love it. It took me a little bit of time because I just really expected it to be sleeker, I guess,
and
and
you
not as
kind of
puffy.
got that from me too, because I'm the one who talked it up. Because his
Yep.
stuff from the comic books, if you go and look at the artwork, it's really cool. But I think that just same with Chris Evans going from suit to
Yeah.
suit to suit with each new Avenger and Cap movie. It just got better as it went. I'm pretty sure this is kind of how they're going to have to do it with Sam too. It's going to be like, hey, here's bulky, easy base model one, and then
Yeah.
each setup it's going to progress and get better and better. They have to change it. It can't stay the
Okay.
same.
Okay.
And with these characters coming into these series like this, you're going to see bigger stuff.
Okay.
So when we're going to talk about this for a while going into the future of the MCU. Kang the Conqueror, who is a villain and a hero. It's going to make your head spin, but he's going to be coming in. He's going to be pretty flashy, or he might start out basic and move upwards if we see multiple versions of him. We might even see more versions of other heroes and characters coming into the multiverse now that are going to have costumes. It's something I think it's going to be like a step ladder. It's just going to keep going up from there. So they have to give you basic to make you appreciate what's coming.
Okay, fine. Well, and some people are like, well, it's kind of like, the first 3 episodes of WandaVision. It was kind of weird and you kind of had to grow into it. And I'm like, I don't really love these shows that are kind of like, well, if you don't like beer, you just have to keep drinking it until you like it. Well, I don't want to do that either. Like, I don't want to eat or drink something that I don't like until my body just decides, okay, I'm giving in. I'm going to like it. Like, give us something good from the beginning. And I'm not saying it's all bad. Again, there are parts that I really like about the first 2 episodes. The 3rd episode I need to watch again, but I just turned it on and I was just kind of like, I don't know, it's like, meh. There were some things about it that I was like, oh, that's interesting that they did that. But I need to watch it again with a better attitude. I think I need an attitude adjustment. And I was hoping that our chat today would get me more excited. And then I would watch episode 3 right before episode 4 next week and kind of, just have a different thing. And I think after watching Black Widow on Monday, hopefully like
I've
things
got some
will
fun stuff
get
that should
moving.
pick your...
Okay. Jump into it. Get me loving this.
Let's go. So going straight into this, I just love Owen Wilson. I love Mobius.
Can I say this really quick? And I hope I don't offend anyone. When Owen Wilson and Loki were on screen together for the first time, I was kind of like, this is Battle of the Noses. And all I was like, it was like a tennis match. I was just going back and forth from nose to nose. Because they both have really cool, distinctive facial
noses.
features, and I'm a nose lover. Like, I didn't know if you knew this about me, but I will always recognize you from your nose. And so I'm just sitting there like, and so then I had to rewind it because I wasn't paying attention to anything else. Okay, go on. Okay, go on.
So I hope at the end of the Loki series we have Mobius riding on a jet ski. Wow. 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 But no, I really love Owen Wilson in this. I think it's really cool that he's into the MCU. I think he's going to give us that really cheesy comic side that we need happening in all this chaos. But one thing that I really liked, we finally got to see, and I know everyone, you're going to say, Tyler, just shut up. Our scene where we had the glass stained window of the devil, which I'm still saying Mephisto's coming. It may not be as soon, as what we were anticipating. I'm still on it.
On the Mephisto train.
Multiverse of Madness. It's happening. He has to come in at some point. Number 2 is where episode 2 is where we get the really, really fun stuff coming in. One, I think, so coming back to Kang the Conqueror. Kang the Conqueror is a really crazy, unique individual in the MCU. Basically, his abilities range in time travel. So it's fitting that...
So there's a lot of time travelers.
So basically, yeah.
Are you talking about me?
I was like, in the comments.
Nope, I'm not. But there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm not.
So Kang has multiple versions of himself. He finds the other versions of himself and basically educates them and turns them into himself, like to the same status.
Yeah.
Like can travel through time, manipulate stuff. One of the 3 time guardians, and this is stuff that you can go look around, all of us kind of deep nerds are geeking out about it. One of the the timekeepers looks like the full facial features, everything about him. I'm like, that could be a version of Kang running the show here.
Okay.
So let's go back to Endgame. Tony Stark's funeral. Do you remember the kid from Iron Man 3?
Yeah, Sandwich Kid.
That's Kang the Conqueror.
What?
Iron Lad who becomes Kang the Conqueror. Yeah.
What? I love that. Are they going to use that kid? Because I love that kid.
I'm sure they will. They didn't bring him back in that
end scene just to not do nothing.
Something.
Okay. So well, that makes me more excited. I love Sandwich Kid.
Yeah, when I first seen him come in, and I started kind of going back, and I'm like, he eventually becomes Iron Lad, who then eventually becomes Kang the Conqueror, and I'm like, they had to keep this kid in the scene for a reason. Like, Marvel doesn't just do stuff to do things.
Yeah.
So I think one of the guys running the TVA is a version of Kang. I think we're going to see... Hold on, what's Tracy saying?
I pulled it up on the screen.
Yep, that's exactly. Thanks, Tracy. That's supporting the thing right there.
Yeah, so if you're not listening to us live or watching us live on Facebook, Tracy just asked. The center statue looks like Jonathan Majors, who will play Kang in Ant-Man and Wasp, Quantumania.
Quantumania. And so actually, I was just doing a bunch of researching on if apparently you go back into Ant-Man and the Wasp, there's a scene where Michelle Pfeiffer's character and the husband are coming out of the quantum realm.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see a bubble that has what looks like a city in it. And I've seen pictures like it's actually there.
Oh, I'm going to have to go back and look at that.
That it's the TVA.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and watch that now. But isn't it not really what it says it is, this place?
Well, that's the thing. You go back and Owen Wilson, Loki says, "How long have you been here?" And he says, "Yeah, I don't know. Time moves differently here." So it's like, it would make sense. And this is a theory that my niece threw out to me a few weeks ago too, and I'm like, I don't know. But now people have brought that scene up. They've showed that, and now I'm like, okay, I can believe that the TVA is in the quantum realm, and Kang is going to appear in Quantum Mania. So if you just play connect the dots here, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Some of my interesting things that I'm looking forward to, again, from episode 2. So Sylvie takes her bombs. Spoiler alert, guys. I don't know why you're watching us if you haven't watched any of these episodes.
Right. We're talking about all of it. So
basically, Sylvie bombs the sacred timeline. She sends all the little reboot devices that, kickstarts the time, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the full list. I just listed some of the ones that caught my eye. Some of the places that she bombed. You have Asgard, Vormir, which is where the Soul Stone's at.
Right.
So maybe we get, Black Widow or some other kind of variants going on there.
Oh.
Xandar, where the
Okay.
Nova Corps is. So
Right.
possibly before Thanos wipes them out, maybe we get something leading to our character Nova, who I've been, waiting a long time to see.
Yeah.
Hala, Titan, Thanos' homeworld.
Okay.
Maybe we'll see Titan before it's destroyed, before the planet collapses on itself. Ego.
Oh, Ego would be back.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. So it's not just the planet; he's the living planet. So, and then Nowhere, where that celestial head is floating around. And I didn't write the times down.
And a lot of those are mixed in with Guardians, which is going to be mixed in with the new Thor movie, and so they're just kind of okay.
And see, I didn't write the times down, but what I need to go do is they listed the times next to the locations.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to see, I think Asgard said 2004, which might have just been before the first Thor movie.
Okay.
On the timeline. But anyways, I need to go back and see what events were kind of happening in these locations during the timelines that she bombed.
Okay.
Because maybe Ego is made aware of something that Peter's alive sooner or something like that, or Nowhere. Maybe we see the Celestial actually alive before it was decapitated and, left as a heap of garbage. But a lot of cool spots that I think we're going to see different things and them messing with the timelines. And I know I kept ranting about how WandaVision was such the kind of set the pace for these upcoming movies.
Yeah.
Now that's taking a hard left to Loki.
Yeah. So
I'm hoping we're going to probably see, hopefully I'm crossing my fingers at the point we're definitely going to see the multiverse come out and you're going to see all this chaos again. But that's how we're going to have Peter Parker meeting Peter Parker meeting
Yay!
Peter Parker. And it's going to hopefully set us up for No Way Home.
Right.
And then, of course, Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness. The multiverse is about to be tossed into madness. So I'm curious about another thing, too. In episode 2, Owen Wilson talks about the Nightmare Department. And supposedly in Multiverse of Madness, Nightmare is one of our villains. So I'm wondering if Nightmare is an agent of the TVA in the Nightmare Department, and when it collapses.
Or maybe it's a whole department based on everything that he does and all of the things that they're trying to control from, like he's kind of another Loki that they're trying to control and get out of the way.
Because that's, Owen Wilson's like, now that department I will help you burn down. So
I think it's just a lot. Again, it's, for us surface nerds that really only know about the MCU. And I'm not saying, I always say this on on all of the movie podcasts I'm on, is I love it when filmmakers challenge us. They push us to think past, what we would expect. So I do applaud that. It's just a lot for me to take in, and I can't connect to a whole lot. And when they do a throwback to something, like when you see all of the stones sitting in drawers, and yeah, that guy's got one as a paperweight, and I thought that was fantastic, and I had a moment where I could connect again, and so I think there just needs to be a few more things that we can connect to so that we stay invested, because right now I just don't feel invested in it.
Well, here's what they're doing, and this is why you probably might be, not connecting as much with it. What they're basically trying to do is they're trying to just load you with a bunch of information through this series so that when Far From Home or No Way Home comes out, you understand, okay, the multiverse has been drastically tampered with. Everything that's kind of going to be happening before then. So when you come into this point where Tom Holland is like, okay, there's some kind of portal, there's some interdimensional way for me to meet possibly Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, you're going to know why that's already there.
Right.
Instead of taking another hour and a half, 2 hours to explain.
But I mean, it was explained in Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Really fast.
If you've seen Into the Spider-Verse, I totally understood it, and I didn't know any of that stuff. So, but yeah, I get it.
But that's completely different from what's going to go on this one.
Yeah, but it makes it so that it's believable. It's not something totally new that we've never seen before.
Like comparing it to that, all you had was, Kingpin found a way to open a door to another dimension and pull stuff from it.
But he did get to meet,
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then it's also trying to upload you with a bunch of information coming into the multiverse of madness. Obviously, multiverse is going to be into madness, and Wanda's going to have her new juiced up powers to basically blow through each verse to find her kids.
Which is crazy that her powers are going to be more juiced up, because she's freaking ridiculously powerful. Like, just going into this last one, I'm really excited. See, I got excited more towards the end of WandaVision, especially just, you explaining a little bit more, but just because they also gave us some more to connect to grab onto. But I'm excited to see where she goes now with all of this. So I'm not throwing Loki away. I'm giving it to episode 5. And then I'm still going to finish watching it, of course, because I'm a finisher. I need to finish it. But if around episode 5, it just hasn't captured me, I just kind of might be like, all right, well, you can't like everything. Somebody asked me, is it a rule that nerds need to like all of the MCU? And I said, well, we're expected to like about 85% of it. And then the others, we just pretend. So what does Neil say here? Late to the party, but did you talk about all of the green circles that were in the background of the train? We have not yet, which are often used on outfits worn by the Enchantress. Could they be setting Sylvie up to take on a new identity of Amora, especially given she used some of her powers in E3? What do you think about that?
This is really funny. I just watched a huge thing on how these colors are all being identified as certain parts of infinity, power, and magic. And I don't know if we're going to be getting Amora yet, Rob, because I think we just barely got her not wanting to be called Loki, becoming Sylvie as her alias. I think that would be kind of a fast
Explain
transition.
Who Amora is for us pedestrians.
So it's a new alias. She gains more powers. It's kind of like WandaVision, where she gains more powers and she goes OP basically.
Okay.
And she goes to Enchantress. Yeah, it's a transition to a new alias.
Okay.
Kind of how, like I was just talking about, how Iron Lad starts as Iron Lad, then slowly progresses into Kang the Conqueror, which is super OP. I don't know if they'll go that fast yet, Rob, to be honest. I mean, it'd be cool. I see it as a progression thing that could happen.
They might go if it's boring.
And the 85% and the 15% that Val is having a hard time with is this, just like I had a hard time with the entire Falcon series, but
So she's Asgardian too? Because she's part of Loki, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we'll just have to wait and see what comes up with that. I think we still have to get used to Sylvie as the character first. Because that's the thing about whole episode 3. That's Loki's like, oh, you know almost everything about me now, but I know nothing about you. So we're still like slowly opening that box.
Yeah. I do like, because they were saying more like FF9. Tracy said Val wants Loki to be more like FF9. So for me, I feel like, and now I totally forgot what I was going to say because I got distracted by Tracy. That happens often. Okay, talk about something until my thought comes
about Loki gaining power. Well, so another thing that I really liked, episode 2, when they're in the Renaissance Fair and they play, the whatever recording, and then you have I Need a Hero. Me and I know a few of these other fans have kind of talked about this. It feels like it's referencing the what is it? I'm trying to remember which set it's with, but it's issue 24. It's when Loki actually goes hero status, like full hero, and then you have the song that was going in episode 2, I Need a Hero.
Yeah. So there I did, so I just want to say this, I loved F9, which is not FF9, it's just F9, Fast and Furious 9. Yeah, and they do put a Fiero in space, so that's fine. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying about that for sure with Loki, and I really liked that kind of 80s moment that they had with that song. But again, it feels just very, it doesn't feel as superhero-ish yet for me, and that's kind of what I, just like you, love things that are like really universal, like into the universe, very wizardy, very, I want my superhero movies and stuff to have a big superhero presence. And I feel like with Falcon Winter Soldier, they had a big superhero thing over there. And yes, they got into, some personal things here, but they still had a lot of intermixed superhero moments. And right now it just feels low key Loki to me.
I think it's coming. I think it's just building up. Because right now, if you look at what the point of the TVA is, it's to be outside of everything and outside of existing all that. And I think the episodes are seriously selling that emotion that you're really outside of all of that heroism and stuff that's going on.
Okay.
And so I feel like Loki breaking that and getting away from the TVA and then being able to, jump through the different pinpoints, I think it's going to come back into that what you want, that like this is an action packed kind of hero story.
Yeah.
I think the whole point of the first few episodes was, again, like I said, to take you outside of everything that's going on.
Okay.
But with that, I think that by the end of the series, the TVA is going to be done.
Okay. All right. Well, again, if I get to episode 5 and it doesn't kind of move it along, I'll finish it, but it's not my favorite right now. Also, you can tell in this series that Loki's hair is not his hair, where I feel like in the movies you can't tell. Like, I know the first couple of movies it was his actual hair, and then he cut his hair and then they started using the wig, but I feel like in this, like, I can really tell. I don't know. I think my brain is just like picking all the things. I am. What is wrong with me? I feel like I've lost.
You're getting super snobbish with your.
But when I turn it on, I don't want to be able to see the fakeness. I want to be able to just lose myself in it. And so and for me, like, I really like Loki. I've always liked his character. I've always liked what they did with him. And I mean, I always want to wash his hair. But then, so I always pay attention to his hair a lot because it's always greasy. And I'm like, I want to wash that. But now I'm looking at it and I'm like, so I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me right now. Again, I need an attitude adjustment. I needed to talk this out with you guys today and just kind of work through it.
Well, yeah, Rob, it could totally go more Marvel Cosmic. You know, if any of you guys have kind of been referencing some of our past Marvel stuff, I keep going on about how we're going to have 3 different playing fields with these series and movies. Loki can definitely go from, you know, just the hero status on the main plane to cosmic. That I'm excited for the cosmic stuff, but then even more excited for the underworld or underground stuff with the supernatural things that are coming. So, yeah.
Well, and when I say superhero, it's more of the genre of it's larger than life. You know what I mean? There's always something that makes me feel like I'm watching a superhero action movie. And right now, I feel like I'm watching not that.
You're watching a man who just slowly watched his family die in slow motion and watched his own life get snuffed out. That's
I feel like I'm watching cardboard. That's what I feel.
Tracy, this is all it's development. That's basically what this series will be. It's going to develop a lot of stuff for what's coming. And, you know, I told Val she better be, you know, really watching for that end credit scene on Black Widow on Monday, because it apparently has something that's going to be super crucial to the future of the MCU. And I'm like, there's only 2 things I'm looking forward to in Black Widow, guys. I'll be honest with you. You know, I'm not a fan of the character. I'm not with that troop, but like, we're getting a mutant. So of course, me spewing, screaming mutants everywhere. Give it to me.
Yeah.
We're going to hopefully get a mutant or 2. And then that end credit scene is supposed to be something special.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about the Shang-Chi trailer that just dropped.
Yes.
Can we talk about the stuff that's coming?
Post it? Did you
I can post it as soon as we're done.
Yeah, post it as soon as we're done. We can totally talk about, like, if we're done talking, what are you giving Loki right now as far as a grade from what you thought it was going to be, what your expectations were, and what you're getting?
It's not as kind of out there as I want yet, but I think with, like I said, the places that I just named and the places that they're possibly going to appear in and do like variant stuff and mess up the timeline, I'm giving it a B- right now.
Okay.
I'm wanting it to bump up to an A. Yeah. So for me, it's a B-.
I'm getting a C. I'm hoping it's going to be a B by episode 5. Again, I'm not trying to be a hater. I really want it to be awesome. And I don't mind character development. I like slow shows that take a while to get us there. I'm not loving the tone of this one, but we'll see. Yes, let's talk about all of the things that are coming, that are happening with Disney. There was a new trailer that dropped. I also posted, they're looking for people to nominate, Disney World is looking for people to nominate magic makers. There is a link on our Facebook page that if you know someone in your life, which I know people in my life who make my world a little more magical, you can nominate them for a Disney World Magic Maker, and they're taking 50 winners. And so that sounds really cool. Tracy, I know you know someone. Ty, I'm sure you know someone. I'm sure I can nominate a handful of people, but they're doing some contests. So nominate your Magic Makers. The link is on our Facebook page.
I'm going to Disneyland. I'm so excited.
When are you going again?
September.
During Comic-Con?
Nope.
Okay, good.
After.
Because I have plans for you.
After. I made sure, so we're going to we're going to California for 2 weeks, but I made sure I will be here Comic-Con weekend.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
But yeah, I'm really excited. So let's talk, if we're done with Loki for a second, let's cover some of this other stuff that's coming up, guys, like, because there's definitely more exciting things that are coming. Shang-Chi is on my top 5 movies for this year.
I just keep, every time they give us more stuff, I love it even more.
So the big thing that came out of this new trailer that dropped, did we notice not 1, but 2 characters who are going to be fighting in the tournament? So basically, guys, Shang-Chi, this is going to be Mortal Kombat for the Marvel Universe.
Yes.
So imagine pulling just souped up people, putting in these arenas, and then having a battle royale. Like, it's gonna be so good. One of the big characters that appeared in the trailer, will notice, and this is all speculation, but we're pretty sure. Like, noticeably, you have Abomination from the Incredible Hulk, and looks like, I'm trying to pull it up frame by frame right now. They're saying it looks like he's fighting what's his name from Doctor Strange? What's his buddy's name?
Oh,
Wong.
Yeah.
So they're speculating it's Wong. That's definitely Abomination, just looking at him.
Yeah, Tracy said the same.
Yeah. So I know you're not a fan of the Hulk and all the kind of stuff that goes on there.
Yes, I am.
You
I'm
weren't
just
a fan
not. I'm
of the
just
Edward
not.
Norton Hulk
I'm just
movie.
not a fan of Edward Norton. I think he's a baby.
Because I loved
he's
that
a
one.
punk. I just think he's a punk. His outside of movie, his off camera, regular everyday personality about that movie messed up that movie for me because he was a brat. And I don't like bad attitudes. Make your movie, stand by your movie, do your job. Don't make your movie and then go cry about it that it's so bad and you don't love it and you didn't get your way when you go out to promote it.
See, and I'm like, I really wish we could possibly like just superimpose Mark Ruffalo
I love Mark Ruffalo
into that movie so that we could have like a version with that. But no, I like the Edward.
I don't
Norton
hate
version.
the movie. I just think Edward Norton's a brat. So there you go.
But yeah, so the villain we had from that one, I'm wondering if we're gonna have the same actor.
Like, I would think so.
Kind of voice it or do something.
They've tried to stay pretty true to things. Once you're in the Marvel family, it's kind of hard to get out. So I hope so.
Oh yes, that's Abomination, and that does look like Wong.
Yay!
So, I'm wondering on the timeline where this is going to happen, because this could be during the Multiverse of Madness, where, Doctor Strange is obviously not in the little place in New York. Right. So maybe Wong is
on Bleecker Street.
Yeah, maybe Wong's abducted and has to fight in this tournament, or maybe he wants to fight to try to, gang the 10 rings. But it's going to be pretty cool, guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm really excited about this one.
We might actually agree on this movie.
So, Shang-Chi, we got Black Widow, which were mixed opinions. Guys, lately, this has just been rough. Lately, me and Val are like black and white on these movies.
It's okay if we don't agree. I think sometimes it's better. But I do have to tell you, you can boo F9 all you want. There are so many Star Wars references in F9, and Vin Diesel brings one of his pals from Guardians of the Galaxy to be in the movie with him. So that's fun.
Is Bradley Cooper in the movie?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, but also we had confirmation that in Black Panther 2, I told you guys it was coming. Namor is confirmed. So I don't think we have any release dates or anything, but they did confirm that we have what's his name even playing him? It's
I hate that YouTube will send me all of these notifications every morning that there is a trailer from Black Panther, but it's really not. It's some fan trailer. Not. And so I get all excited, and then I get in there and I'm like, stupid Google. Stupid YouTube.
Well, they just announced the actor. I'm trying to find.
Aquaman is better.
Okay. Guys, you can say what you want. I'm going to have to agree with Rob on that one. I like Aquaman.
Tracy said Aquaman is better.
If you're going for Namor or Aquaman, I'm going to have to go with Aquaman and it's funny, if you ever look it up, there's Marvel and DC have both come straight out and said that they ripped off characters from each other.
Well, of course they did.
Namor is a dude who his mother is an Atlantean royal, and his father's
Why do
human.
they call
and
him
yeah,
Namer? That's a stupid name.
because couldn't call him
Namer
Aquaman, couldn't
Mackenzie?
call him Namer Mackenzie, Namer the Submariner.
That's stupid. I'm sorry, but Marvel
Anyways,
does have a lot of stupid named people. I love you,
they
Marvel, but some of the names, I feel like some of the names were just like, hey, let's have our 7-year-olds throw some stuff in a basket and we'll pull one out and add it to someone. Okay, so I'm Namer the Submariner. That's stupid. Is a fictional character appearing in American comic books published by Marvel in early 1939. It was created by writer-artist Bill Everett. Origin Atlantis. So when was Aquaman created then?
I think Aquaman came first before
Look that
Namer.
bad boy up. Yeah, that's a stupid name. King Namer. Sorry, I'm feisty today.
You're good.
And they just give him these teeny tiny little bottoms. I'm looking, he just gets some Spanx. They're just some green Spanx with a little gold belt.
Rick Yoon, I think, is who was that who they casted for it? Rick Yoon? I don't feel like that's
his
right.
costume looks cool, but like the original comic book, here I'll pull up.
The original Namer's just like in a pair of underwear with some gauntlets.
But this costume actually kind of looks like it looks like the DC. It looks pretty close. Let me pull up my screen really quick so you guys can see this. Yeah. This even oh goodness. Na na na, share screen. Do it.
I still say they should have cast Luke Evans.
No, I like this guy.
I'm not saying I dislike him, but when I look at Luke Evans and then I look at some of the comics,
I don't know. Luke Evans is in a lot of things lately, so.
But was I right? Was it Rick Yoon?
I don't know. I didn't look up the name. I just pulled up it looks like him.
Okay, cool. So
but the costume, even this costume, it looks a lot like Aquaman's costume from the movies. So not only are they doing that, but oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay. That's a stupid name, though. I'm standing by that. And if anybody thinks that's not a stupid name, let me know. But it's a stupid name.
But yeah, we can kind of finish off right there. That's all kind of the Marvel news that we have for you guys going on. Again, I will be checking more of the dates and events and things that are happening in Loki to hopefully set a fire under Val and get her with this series. Excuse me, because I still think it's going to be really good. It's going to be setting up a lot of fun stuff. We're going to see a lot of cool worlds. What I'm really hoping is to see some alternate versions of our heroes.
Robert's giving us kind of a grammar test here. He says
Namor.
I've always heard it Namor. Namor. The Mariner. Whatever. It's still stupid.
Submariner. Namor the Submariner.
All right. I might change we can all change our opinions. Right now, I just feel like everything is stupid. It's Stupid Friday. What I don't feel is stupid, though, is Luca, which we're going to talk about next week. And then hopefully the week after that, we're going to talk about Black Widow. There are some things going on at the parks as well, of course. If anyone can go to the parks now, you can't just show up, though. You've got to make reservations. And there's a lot of stuff going on with Marvel at the parks. Scarlett Johansson is going to be in the new Tower of Terror movie.
Tower of Terror!
I can't believe I had to bring that up, and you didn't bring that up because that's your deal. But I think it's so funny that they're making the Tower of Terror movie after they changed the Tower of Terror at Disneyland. So you can't really say, hey, let's go watch the movie and then go ride the ride. I mean, you can ride the ride, but it's not Tower of Terror anymore. Right. But not at Disneyland. So... yeah.
Maybe we'll get something else. I don't know. But yeah.
Her production company is also producing the film. So
Yeah.
she's going to be in it, and her production company is producing it. We don't know much about that, except for that they're really, really trying to forget that they made another Tower of Terror movie that came out in 1995.
It was supposed to be cheesy, but I'm really
Well,
excited.
it
I'm hoping
was.
her version is like a little more
Well,
dark.
yeah. I mean, it's Scarlett Johansson, so I'm sure it will be dark and amazing.
I
So
will go around and just praise Black Widow for anything, even if it sucks. If she puts out a good Tower of Terror movie.
thanks for joining us, everyone. We will be back next week. We will be talking about Luca, so make sure you go to Disney Plus and watch that. You don't have to pay anything extra if you have the subscription. And then, of course, Black Widow. If you have anything Disney that you want us to talk about, you can go ahead and comment on our Facebook page, DM us, or email us at multiplanepodcast@gmail.com.
See you guys.
Bye.